Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm actually getting to two Madein videos. Now this one is the one that they dropped a couple of weeks ago, actually almost a month ago as of when I'm recording this. This is super obvious. If you haven't seen the reaction and you're interested in that, that is on the main page, Jeff Reacts 12. We're going to kind of skip over the backstory and the controversy of the group as of what's going on now because I addressed it in that video. Um, I enjoyed the song and I want to support the girls that are still there. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say about it here on this channel, at least for this video. They also just released, maybe a couple days ago, a song called Pung or Pung. I don't know how to pronounce it yet, but we'll be doing that one later tonight. So let's go check out Super Obvious. Again, this is the breakdown video. If you want the reaction, that's on the main page. But this is where I talk about the lyrics, my interpretation, and anything I might see in the video that I want to address. All right, so we got the cute little couple holding hands there. Love this like electric guitar going here. I'm already paying more attention to the lyrics now than I did in the reaction. And just from these first like 3 or 4 lines, the vibe does not match. You know how there's been those songs where it'll give like a really sad message, but the music is really upbeat, or vice versa? That's what we have right here, at least so far. The lyrics are very sad and borderline depressing so far, but it sounds like anime J-pop, and it sounds just super cute and catchy. And it's fitting in terms of it sounding like J-pop or whatever, because all the members that are left are the Japanese members that were part of the group. So maybe this is going to be their new sound. I will be curious to hear that other song a little bit later today. Love you, Mashiro. My Keflian heart still misses Mashiro. They are upset. Gorgeous vocal there. Okay, so verse 1, without realizing, tears run down my face. No matter my attempts to conceal, I'll be despaired. So even though I'm trying to hide how sad I am, I can't. As if my heart's been hollowed out. It's like obviously we know what that feeling is like, but trying to describe it is kind of like if you trust or love someone so much and they do something that just completely catches you off guard. It could be you walk in on them cheating on you. It could be that they tell you out of nowhere with no warning sign at all that they want to leave you. You know, whatever the case is, and it just feels like, you know, part of your soul has been ripped out of you, and like you don't feel whole anymore. That's that's what we're trying to describe here, you know, with the heart being hollowed out. I'll be tormented night after night. No matter what I do, you'll smile past me, leaving me behind. This nightmare will be irreversible. See, that is so sad. This is clearly a breakup. Or at the very least, it's what's left of her after a breakup. But the musicality is so upbeat and lively and cutesy and fun, and it's just such a weird juxtaposition to be like going like, yeah, this is dope, but I want to cry. Um, okay, pre-chorus does not get any happier. Shattered to pieces again. On nights when my heart grows cold, it'll feel even worse. So we talked about the heart being hollowed out and feeling like dead and empty inside. But then there's going to be nights where feeling comes back and you're not numb anymore. You're just cold inside. And that's when you start to feel the pain again. You know, I don't know. Some of y'all have probably been there. Maybe some of you are, lucky enough not to have been. But there are levels to the pain, of heartbreak. And once you reach, and the threshold is different for different people, of course. But once you reach a threshold, there's it hurts. Oh, it hurts really bad. Oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna die. And then beyond that point, it's like I don't feel anything, like all the emotion and passion has been sucked out of me. There's nothing for me to feel. There's no tears left to cry, as Ariana Grande would say. But then as time goes on and part of that heals, you get back to the point where you can feel again. But that's when, again, you feel pain. And that's what she's saying here is like, when my heart grows cold, it'll feel even worse. Chorus, will the spreading tears turn to your color? I assume that means like when I cry, will it be because of you? Um, I I feel like I'm missing something there, but the gist is the same. Leaving my world in ruins, mark the period at the end. I can feel it just beyond my reach. I've already seen this video, though I try to revise the ending. So it's like she's living through the nightmare over and over again, like in her dreams. Um, and then like I know what the ending is, but I try to fix it. But time passes, and in the end, it'll be a sad ending everyone expects. So at the end of the day, when things are all said and done, I can't change this pain, you leaving, any of it. So yeah, really just deeply sad lyrics here. Very poetic lyrics too, mind you. Um, but once again, they deliberately don't fit with the music. I think they don't want to do a ballad, at least not this point in their career, at least again not on this album. Hell, I could be wrong about that too. The next song might be one. I doubt it, but maybe. Uh so like they still want this upbeat sound, but they're showing us that there's more depth to them. But also, you could take this deliberate juxtaposition as a like the superficial happiness, right? Like inside, when you dig a little deeper into the lyrics in this case, but if you use this as a metaphor for them as a person, inside, when you look beyond the superficial, they could be suffering immensely. But on the surface, maybe they're pretending to be happy and, that they're not hurting. Uh, Kind of like any of those influencers that you see online. All of the ones that look like they have perfect lives going on are usually just posting the absolute best parts of their life or the fakest parts that look great, and they're dealing with their own issues behind the screen. It's that same type of concept. So maybe the way we've structured the message versus the music is a obviously deliberate choice, and maybe that's what we're trying to illustrate. Oh, hold on. There was actually some stuff I wanted to talk about in the video too. So we know that this is a message of like breakup and such. So here she is in a room that like an art room, and everything is covered up as if it's either been left abandoned and like it was going to be moved and never was. Because usually this is covered up to protect from dust over the years. But again, it's just an abandoned room, which would symbolize her heart. Uh, let's see, what else do we have here? So Mashiro here is just on her own on a bridge. Luckily, she's on this side of the bridge, not the one over there that would look like she's going to jump, because that would just make me sad. Then we've got our next member here. I think this is, according to the lyric page, this is Serena. I don't know all their names. I apologize to all the maybes out there. But she's looking so sad. She's in a junkyard. Obviously, the junkyard setting also can represent that, like, the destruction, the remnants of what's left of her heart, and her happiness even. Because in a junkyard, there's still valuable things there, but it looks like a mess, and it looks like it's worthless junk. But to the right person, there's gold there, so to speak. And then our member here, I think this is Nagumi. There's Miyu. Okay, this right here scared me for a second. When she reveals her wrist, I thought we were gonna see like cut marks. I don't know why I thought that, because I should realize I'm watching a K-pop video, not like Western pop or anything like that. I don't think they would show self-harm. I could be wrong. I have obviously seen blood in some videos, but I don't know that I've ever seen them show self-harm. But that's what I was thinking was coming when she started pulling the sleeve back. But it's actually, I don't know if there's a countdown. Looks like that's a 24 maybe. But then we've got, I don't know if that's saying go upside down, or if it's supposed to be 60, or just read like it is and it's the number 9. The other part I was going to mention is that I don't see it here, but I think it's, is it right here? No, I think it's a little further. So this part, yeah, this scene is what I was looking for. She is like destroying the remnants of the art that that is left in this room, which also, like I said, doubles as a visual representation of her heart. It's like it's already empty and abandoned, and now it's being, you know, torn apart, shattered. And then you've got this shot where, again, she's in the junkyard and she's just breaking things. Not only is she sad and, you know, broken, but now she's angry, and she's taking out that anger on the inanimate objects, which is also done in that art room. And then we have this scene with the ballerina. This is the shot I was looking for when I thought of the ballerina. It's like she's all alone, even when she's in a crowded place, even like if she's with friends. This could also even represent aspects of her own personality. But the true her is, you know, hurting and, you know, crumbling on the inside. So a lot to take in there visually. Even though it didn't look like there would be much to talk about so far, there's a lot of visual representation of the hurt that they're feeling. These shots here, I didn't really understand in the reaction. Like, I get what it is, but on the left side, we have like the HD version, you know, the very clear version. And on the right side, we have the blurry, less focused version of the same shot. And I don't know what the symbolism is there. I know it exists because they show it for each member, so it's obviously important. I love this outfit. I don't know which member this is. I think it's Mashiro, which would check out because this is her kind of style too. I'm actually double checking. Yeah, I think it is Mashiro because this is Miyu, that's Nagami, and this is not Mashiro, that's Serena. So yeah, okay. Regardless, she was already my bias, but I couldn't tell because her eyes were being hidden. But I love this outfit. I don't know why. This jacket just looks really good on her. It's giving. Sorry, I know it literally just paused, but it's giving My Chemical Romance, the Black Parade. Like I I I feel like she's gonna bust out in that kind of song all of a sudden. Okay, so before we hit this bridge, verse 2 was, "You're not there when I call for you. No way. Where did you go? This place feels too familiar. I'm okay, but I'm not so okay." And it's okay to admit you're not okay sometimes. Um, in a situation like this, you're not expected to be okay. If you were okay, it would mean one of two things. Either one, you did not have the depth of feeling for this person that you thought you did, or two, you are lying to yourself. So feel what you feel. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox on that. But we're just setting the scene here. Like, again, you're not there when I call for you. This could either be after the breakup's already done, and like she's kind of like picture it as like being in bed at night and like searching for the other person that you've been lying next to for so long. Like, you could take it that way, or you could take it as in like, this is right before the breakup, like you're not there for me when I need you, kind of thing. But I'm pretty positive it's more like the first meaning, especially because the next line, like I said, was, "No way, where did you go?" So like, I wake up essentially in the middle of the night looking for you and you're not there, and I don't understand why. Uh, Change of your heart is irreversible. I'm hurting, but what does it matter? Yeah, like, it sucks. It hurts. I'm hurting, but you don't care, so why should I bother? I want to know why. You'll still be missing. Can't rewind the scene. It goes back to that, those lines earlier when we talked about the movie. Like, she's seen the movie, or already seen this video, sorry, and try to revise the ending. But yeah, can't rewind it. Like, I can't take back what's happened. And in the video, we saw like the clock, and it kept moving forward. It didn't go backwards. And that's obviously a solid visual representation of like, we can't turn back time as much as we might want to. Then we had the same pre-chorus and chorus. So let's see the bridge. After the bridge, I'll talk about the lyrics again, and then that'll be it, because I'm just double checking. Actually, I'm reading this final chorus. Yeah, it's the same chorus and pre-chorus. So lyrically, we'll just talk about the bridge. She drops her hand, like the relationship's over here. You see like the shards and splinters of everything around them. Screw anyone who made them cry. Aww. That's so sad. I don't like seeing them cry. But anyway, bridge. Unbeknownst to me, our story continues on. Even if you leave on this night, I'm a distant stranger. Back to me, baby. Why do you say we should end it? Why do you insist? Back to the day we met. It must be a dream. I'll forget it ever happened. So that's why that, like, they actually connected and held hands again, because it's like thinking back to when they met. I was like, wait, did they get back together here? And the beginning of that bridge kind of made me think that too. But yeah, it's just like, what did I do wrong? Why do you keep insisting that we can't be together anymore? Actually, this pre-chorus is a little different. So it says, tears spread and someday will it reach you no matter the ending. Um, Lyrically, the subtitles are a little different than the lyric page. So obviously, if I'm reading something a little different than what you're seeing, that's why. Because it's on the video, it says, will the spreading tears resemble your color in a different world? Oh, wait, hold on, my bad. That was the first lines of the chorus. What did the pre-chorus say here in the video? Oh, no, it said the same thing. Okay, my bad. Such cute, bright vocals. This part of the choreo is like the pendulum swinging back and forth. I would think kind of like on a clock or something like a grandfather clock. Especially because they're doing that during the line like time passes. So it's almost like the tick tock thing. Oh. No one wants to see girls cry. Okay. Alright guys, that was super obvious from Madein. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back again, like I said, a little bit later with their newest release. But if you enjoyed this song, like I said, if you want the reaction, that's on the main page. But make sure you guys support Madein, the group. You don't have to agree with the label or, do anything with that. But at the very least, cheer for the girls. Obviously, I'm going to say subscribe to their channel. But if you think that that's a bit too much, then, do whatever you're comfortable with. But if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell to enable notifications. And also, if you want to get a request done, you can either subscribe to Patreon. There are different content tiers available over there. There's free stuff. But anybody who comes in at the gray tier or higher gets access to all the content, and they get guaranteed requests every month. Shout out to our gray tier and above subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your support. The second way to get a request done, if you don't want to go through Patreon, is to look in the description of any video, and there will be a link to the PayPal and instructions on how to use it. So take a look at that if and when you want, and I will see you guys later. Take care, everyone.